So all of you that are working on your projects for a group presentation, I'm re-saying some of this because I said it without recording. You probably collected data and didn't have a good hypothesis test yet. You knew what topic you wanted. One of the groups to this week or this semester is doing legalizing pot on a federal level. They went out and asked a bunch of people, should the feds legalize it? They even asked, should it be did you guys break it down into medical and recreational, or was it just yes or no?
If it should be legalized for recreational use.
Okay, so it's for legalized recreational use. That's good. I didn't even know it was the medical one. So you go over here and say, what percentage of Americans, look it up. What percentage of Americans thinks feds should legalize pot for recreational use? I didn't have that earlier. That says, this is a recent one, November 22nd, last year, just a few months ago. It's for both, which would have to be the recreational one. Because no one's, you could go, should it be legalized for medical, should it be legalized for recreational? The ones that say yes to medical may or may not say yes to recreational. The ones that say yes to recreational, all of them are going to say yes to medical. They'd have to be like complete assholes to go, no, people can get high, but they can't use it for pain management. No one's going to say that. So like, in this case, it's like, is it for medical or everything? This says 88%. So if I were that team, I would come over here and go, okay, I would list the website. I would make either a PowerPoint or a Prezi. Those are two common. Really? I'm too zoomed in. Thank you. I would make either a PowerPoint or a Prezi. At somewhere on there, I would put a link to the website. And maybe even a picture from the website. Like in this case, the website has a nice little pie chart they could reference. But I would say, okay, 88% of Americans said yes for recreational. This was what I would do if I were in their group. They've gone and collected data already. They didn't know what to do with it. This is what you do with it. Then, without looking at the results of your data, determine if you think that's high or low. I think it's high. I think it's above 50% for recreational because a lot of people just don't care. You know, it's basically a harmless drug use. People aren't breaking and entering when they're high. They're fucking sitting there getting baked. They're eating Cheetos and probably having a cold beer. They're not going out and burglarizing to pay for their habit. So most people don't care. But 88%, that's pretty fucking high. It's like 7 out of 8 people saying yes. I don't know that many say yes, so I would say it's probably lower. I would say my H naught has got to be the one given, P equals 0.88. And my HA is my personal opinion. The probability is lower. Now I've set up a hypothesis test, looking at what it was online and deciding what I thought about it. Now you might think, if you're on Kaylin's team, 80% is low. You might be like, hell no, everybody I know likes to get baked. I hope not, because aren't you a high schooler?
No.
I thought you were. Why did I think you were? Sebastian, that's probably it. If everyone you know likes to get high, you'd be like, no, I think it's higher. So you might say higher than that, but what doesn't really matter, the idea of this exercise is to learn the process of doing statistical analysis. You'll go through, you'll take this data, you'll put it into StatCrunch. StatCrunch will give you a p-value, and you'll do the hypothesis, the 5 steps of the hypothesis test. We've already done step 1 right here. You'll just do the rest of the hypothesis test to see if the data supports your opinion. In this case, P is less than 0.88. I think it's going to support it. I'll find out when they do their project. You guys had video games.
Yeah, so we decided, I had a question, we decided, it was 8 or more games, since 4 was kind of low, like the average gamer has 8 or more games. So we would just, for HA, we would just put our opinion of like how.
You would say, well, the mean, it's gotta be the mean game average, the average number of games a person has is greater than 8 is what you're saying.
Okay.
So your team would
It's
have,
greater than 8.
yours would have mu is greater than 8. And H naught is mu equals 8. But you might come over here, I don't know if that's what's going on in chat. You can, but it's not ideal. Cynthia, I would probably come over here and go, let's look this shit up. Same thing that I just said for that one. How many games does the average gamer have?
And we should just like post that link in our PowerPoint, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's one saying board games, so maybe I want to go with video games.
Yeah.
So maybe I should. You might have to fine tune your search a little bit to get what you want. Gaming statistics. There's got to be one. You'll have to do a look, you'll have to look for one that has it. If you don't find one in like 10 minutes, I'd stick with 8. But if you can, try to find a website that backs it. All right, class, let's you know what? I'm gonna stop that record and do a new record. That one is for students that are taking the on or in person.